Fight fans, welcome back to Carl Prusa MMA. Today, I have a returning guest to the platform. He's back, getting ready, going back to that UFC octagon this Saturday. He's taking on Azamat Bekoev. He is Mr. Vicious. He is Mr. Tresean Gore. Tresean, what's up, my friend? How are you?
I'm doing well, man. How are you?
I'm doing good,
I know
man.
I look like a shadow figure right now.
You're in fight week now, going into battle in about 5 or 6 days at this point. Are you
Yep.
starting to feel it when you get into the Monday of fight week? Do you feel it?
Yeah, hell yeah, man. I'm about to go against a crazy Russian. I want to knock my head off, and I want to knock his shit off too. So it's like, yeah, I feel the pressure. But I live for this type of feeling.
Absolutely, man. You've been doing this for a little bit of time now. Obviously, very few people know, unless they compete in it, the sacrifices that it takes to be a fighter. There's so many highs, there's lows. You moved your whole family out west. You went from the Carolinas, went all the way over to Phoenix at the MMA Lab. What's that transition been like? What's that move been like for you?
It's been pretty good, man. It's very hot here in Arizona, but greatness isn't made in comfort zones. So I had to leave my city of South Carolina. I had to leave Atlanta, Georgia. Douglas Lima had his time, Diego had Lima had his time, but now like they're more family men, like they're more focused on the things outside of fighting. So they're not like they weren't like giving me the push I need. And that's nothing against them. They just already, left their mark on the sport, and they're focusing on other things outside of the sport now. So uh, I had to come here to MMA Lab. I have Coach John Crouch on me every day. I have like good training partners like Jared Cannonier, Eric McConico, uh, Markel, Maderos, Mario Bautista, Kyler Phillips, you name it, man. Like the who's who are here in this gym. Jose Delgado. I could keep going on and on and on. Vincent Henderson, former UFC champ. So I got a lot of people that are chasing greatness surrounding me here.
Absolutely. We first really saw you on a mainstream stage, obviously of the Ultimate Fighter. Where were you when you found out that you're going to get called for the show?
I was in Atlanta, Georgia. Whenever they called me, I was in Atlanta, Georgia. Actually, I was living in Decatur, Georgia at the time. In a very ghetto area of Georgia, so I was pretty down low at that time. But now I'm in a way better situation. I have a very nice house here in Arizona. I have a very, nice reliable car here. So if I didn't make these sacrifices, I wouldn't be seeing the blessings that come with it. So I'm grateful for this, man.
Absolutely. Martial arts in the Carolinas and Georgia area has expanded over the years. Obviously, you have NFC over there. You have Conflict MMA. Now you're starting to see Torres Finney in the UFC, Malcolm Wellmaker in the UFC, Brian Battles, obviously, in the PFL now, Brundage, all these different people. Yourself, what's it like having some representation from Georgia and the Carolinas?
Man, it's a great feeling, man. Like Cody, I'm gonna get it back when yeah. I don't really care about getting it back because I already choked out his training partner right in front of him. But you know, uh, man, it feels great. Being a country boy representing, being a part of that. But at the same time, it's like I'm ready to show that I'm the best country boy coming out of the South. You know what I mean? A lot of other people that you name that's my brothers, that's my peers, but they had a little easier come up to me. You know what I mean? Like me, I've fought straight studs through my whole career. Um, you know, I haven't had no easy step up matches. Everybody that I fought has been tough, has been game, and has been winners. The only people I fought that are that haven't been winning like that is Antonio Tricoli and you know really that's really it. All the other people I fought is dogs, and they going in there and trying to knock people out or choke people out.
One thing about you, man, you're always looking for the finish. You're a very fun fighter to watch. You're a complete martial artist, whether you're trying to do it with the hands, whether you're trying to choke them out. How much pride do you take in that?
It's not more so pride. It's just more so a fact that like I want to leave my mark. I want people to remember the name Gore. I want them to know what I stand for and to know that if I could come through adversity and do the things that I've done in the sport, they can too. So it's not necessarily pride. It is more so passion. You know, I just put a lot of passion in this sport, a lot of drive, a lot of determination, and that's where it comes from, man. It all stems from God ultimately, though. It all stems from God and my faith in Jesus Christ. That's where all my passion comes from. So when I'm fighting, I'm not just fighting to just touch you or just like my last fight, I fought like crap. You know, I just was trying to just touch the guy and just survive from not getting choked out. You know, because I honestly gave him too much respect. I looked at him as a jiu-jitsu legend, and he gave me a big hug at weigh-ins, and he kind of put me in that nice guy mindset. But like after the fight, I reached out to Hidalgo to show him respect, and he just flat out ignored me, and it put me in the mindset like dude, no matter how these people act, they're not your friends. Like they don't care about you. So I went in there and I was trying to be nice to him because I knew him mutually through Douglas Lima, Diego Lima, and I wasn't trying to like knock him out. I was trying, but I know I could have. But shoulda, coulda, woulda, right? But that's the only fight where I really fought very reserved. I wasn't really fighting to finish. I was just fighting to defend.
You know, you battled through adversity both in the cage and outside of the cage. For you, do you feel that fighting is more mental than it is physical?
I think it's definitely for sure mental. I feel like it's spiritual as well. Um, there's spiritual warfare that comes in fighting because we all, as fighters, feel nerves. We all feel timidity, and I don't feel like me as being a Christian. I don't feel like timidity is like a normal feeling. Like I don't feel like it's a feeling that we're just supposed to embrace and be like, "Oh, I'm scared. I'm gonna just stay scared." Like no, like when I feel those feelings of weakness, like I'm rebuking it in Jesus' name. I'm trying to stay strong in my mind. I want to, you know, be where I need to be mentally. So um, I feel like it's definitely mental. I feel like it's spiritual and physical. Fighting is a war sport. We have to put our whole spirit in this. We have to put our whole heart into this, and we have to put our whole mind into it. So it's all three: mental, spiritual, and physical. Because if we don't have a strong spirit, then we would go in there and break every time. The fighters that have weak spirits, they go in there and they just lay down and they just quit. The fighters that got strong spirits, strong minds, and strong, uh, you know, physical, we go in here and we're going to get it done every time.
So you're taking on Azamat Bekoev this weekend, a guy coming off of a loss. Overall, what do you think of him as an opponent?
Uh, where could I start, man? I respect the guy. I feel like he's a game opponent. He comes throwing bombs the whole time. He comes wrestling hard the whole time. Uh, you know, I think he's a good opponent. I think they may be sleeping on me over there. I mean, I'll say this: he has twice as many fights as me. He's 20-4. I'm 6-4. So obviously, he might see me as an easy fight, but 7 of my fights have been in the UFC. 3 of his have been in the UFC, and he's already lost. So, like, yeah, I'm 3-4 in the UFC right now, but it's like it's against the highest level of competition, and even the fights that I lost, I was either winning or like you go back, you watch me and Brian Battle fight. That was a 50-50 fight. Could have went either way. I know if we ran that back today, I know what I can do to him. Respect to him, but I know what I can do. Um, Cody Brundage, the dude was getting beat, pieced up with leg kicks. I was brand new in the sport. 5 fights in the UFC, throwing naked leg kicks. Boom, he caught me with a right hand after losing 24 pounds in a week. Smoking weed every dang on day at the camp. Uh, didn't have a corner in my camp for Cody Brundage. Uh, freaking who else I lost to? Marco Tullio, 14-1 kickboxer. Didn't lose in 7, 8 years. Uh, We seen me touch his chin. We seen him get noodle legs multiple times in that fight. He did not just come and fucking rape me and have his way with me in that fight. Adolfo Vieira, he could not take me down. He could not control me in the grappling. He was a jiu-jitsu world champion. So everybody that I lost to, I could have beat. It wasn't one of those fights where it's like, oh, that guy was just 10 times better than Trey and they just destroyed him. No, every fight I've won, every fight I've lost, I could have won. And I feel like it comes with experience. It comes with mixing things up and not being one dimensional. And I've learned to not be one dimensional. So what I think of Azamat, I think he's a game ass opponent. I think he's a guy that I got to keep my eyes on the whole time. He's coming to try to knock my head off or try to choke my head off or try to beat me up on the ground. He's a dangerous guy, but vice versa. I'm very dangerous too. And he has to keep his head on the swivel too because I'm coming in this fight with a different mindset. I'm coming to snipe him out. I'm coming to freaking get him and put that freaking dot right in the middle of his forehead and pull the trigger. I'm coming to put him out in this fight.
You know, you get to go to battle here in the Apex, a smaller cage. Do you like that? Do you find a difference in between the smaller cage and the bigger cage?
Man, I like any cage, man. Any cage that's at UFC, I like it. You know, I don't care if it's small, big. You know, it don't matter as long as it's under them big lights, under the UFC lights. I'm thankful. I'm grateful. With this small cage, with somebody like me and Bekoev, they knew exactly what they were doing. They know we are two people that like to come at each other, that like to come at people who very aggressive, very savvy with power, very good on grappling. They know we both have those assets, and they made this matchup strategically. They see that he got finished. They see that I got the guy that actually finished Bakola got beat by unanimous decision by Marco Tulio. So like the guy that I hate to say that, but the guy that beat the guy that finished him, I almost finished him. You know what I mean? So it's like I hope he knows that he's in for one, man. He's in for a real fight. Like this is not just one of those fights where it's like, oh, like I'm just gonna just run to the cage and just quit. Like no, I'm coming to fuck him up. You know, like Lord forgive me for cussing and being like that, but I'm coming to really, really, really implement what Mr. Vicious, why my coach named me that.
Absolutely. You know, you mentioned that you always come forward. He always comes forward. It's a lot of action, fireworks when both of you guys fight. Now in the paramount stage of the sport, fight bonuses are $100,000. Are you thinking of any of that? Does this make this a little more exciting?
And I think about that shit too much because I got little boys and I got a wife and I want to invest in them heavily. You know, I want to invest in my career. I want to invest in my life. I want to be able to be there for them as much as I can. I want to get my son an education. I want to get him started in extracurricular activities and start his life. And the only way I can start his life is by ending Azamat's life. Not physically, not on a serious level to like trying to kill him, but I am gonna try to kill him and at the end of the day, like I have to sacrifice things to get the things that I'm looking to get. And that sacrifice is going in there and fighting a tough Russian that wants to beat me up and take everything I've been working for. So yeah, I think about that 100,000 every day. I want to win that. You know, I've won the bonus before. I don't see why I can't do it again. I don't see why I can't make another moment again where people are seeing how serious I am.
You know, there's so many highs and lows of being a fighter. One thing I love about martial arts, it embodies growth, values, disciplines, morals. For you, how have you grown and evolved as a person from competing in martial arts?
Man, I've grown tremendously, man. As a man, as a father, as an athlete, I've grown a lot. Even though I know I can whoop the majority of guys' asses walking around at the store, I don't walk around with a big chip on my shoulders. I don't try to fight people outside of this sport. Like, even if you slap me in my face, like I'm gonna warn you, like what I can do to you, but I'm not gonna do it to you because Man, I made tremendous growth, man. Tremendous growth as a man, as an athlete. Uh, yeah, big growth, man. Without martial arts, I wouldn't be. I don't know where I would be, bro. I would be in the streets of South Carolina, just being average as hell.
What do you want your kids to take away from this journey you've been on?
I want my kids to see that daddy gave it all. I put my all into this. I put my all into them. I put my all into being the best in the world. And, I want to have a shiny souvenir that they can look at every day, a big golden UFC belt for them to look at and say, man, dad did it. I can do anything in this world. Look how he started. He started taking losses, but look how he ended it, So Bekoev is one of those steps towards what I want. He's one of those steps towards the UFC title. Uh, I always think about the promises I made to the fans. I'm gonna become a 2 division champion in a year. I was just a 26-year-old kid dreaming, just believing that, like, damn, I made it all the way from the hood of South Carolina. My mother's been on drugs since I was 10 years old, and I manifested making it here to the UFC. I must be about to be champion in a year. Did it happen like that? No. I took losses. I took L after L after L, and people left the bandwagon just as quick as they came. But by the end of this, my kids are going to be able to say, like, yes, dad started off rocky, but he finished off in the sun. He finished off as a winner. He's a winner at heart. He did not settle with the losses that he took. He did not identify himself as a loser because he lost.
All right, Tresean, last question for me, my friend. In a perfect world, what is the outcome Saturday night when you make your return to the UFC against Azamat Bekoev?
In the perfect world, it's just me just getting a win, man. I just want to get a win. I'm not banking on knocking him out or choking him out or TKOing him, but I do want that, and I am going to be searching for that the whole time. I don't feel like I'm not gonna be trying to hunt it down, but I'm going to take advantage of any opportunities that I have in there. And the perfect world, man, well, I'll just say this. I'm going to get the performance of the night. I'm going to outperform everybody that's on that card. And I'm going to get that $100,000 bonus for my family, for my loved ones, to be able to invest in my son. And I will be successful in the name of Jesus. I will make it. I will get past this guy, this tough Russian, this gritty Russian that likes to throw down. I will do it. I can do all things through Christ. Uh, I'm not gonna stop here. I'm not gonna tuck my tail between my legs. I'm not gonna run away. I'm gonna meet him in the center of that octagon, and he's gonna feel the presence of Tresean Gore. He's gonna know that I am Mr. Vicious. He's gonna know that I'm the most vicious thing he's ever came across. He's gonna feel all the hardships that I've went through, and I'm going to devour him in that fight, and I'm gonna get that bonus.
Absolutely. Well, Tresean, man, I wish you nothing but the best. Thank you so much for chopping up with me again, man. I can't wait to see you fight.
Thank you, bro. Thank you for having me, man. Yes, sir.
Absolutely. That's it for us today. I'm Carl Peruza. He is Mr. Vicious. He is Tresean Gore. You can watch him Saturday night, UFC Apex, taking on Azamat Bekoev. This one's going to be nothing but fireworks fight fans. Take care.
Take care.